So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Roma Theory. We're here with Lorenzo Pes, Roma journalist, as we already discussed this summer when Dybala joined Roma. And yeah, we're back. We've got a few questions to go through, transfer market involving. And I think the first thing which we have to ask, seeing that we're here speaking about transfer market, is financial fair play. And how this financial fair play will change Roma's January transfer market.
The financial fair play is a problem for AS Roma and for many clubs in Europe, in Italy, like Inter Milan, AC Milan, because for some years the clubs are obligated to spend some money, but not more that they give from the market. So, an example: if Roma can sell some players, like in this season Shomurodov or Vigna, AS Roma can buy other players.
Yes,
it's a simple thing, but it's a problem because for try to join the Champions League in Serie A, AS Roma need many players, and now it's difficult to buy players.
Yeah, definitely. And, linking to, the players which could leave and which players which Roma could sell, are there any updates on Shomurodov leaving Roma?
Shomurodov, since last summer, is a player that Thiago Pinto wants to sell. But the difficulty is the price that Roma paid to Genoa 2 years ago to buy Shomurodov. It's 18 million for a player that played as Roma few minutes last year and this year. So to sell Shomurodov, AS Roma wants that is sure that the club like Bologna or Torino wants Shomurodov, buy Shomurodov or now or in the summer, in a loan with obligation to buy Shomurodov. And now, for example, Torino is interested to Shomurodov, but only for a loan. And AS Roma don't want this, and the negotiations are stopped now. But I think that maybe in January or at the end of the season market, the situation can change.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, players which can join the club. The big priority is Frattesi, but it's not happening, is it, in January?
Frattesi, it's so difficult because Sassuolo asked for his players a lot. Example, Scamacca to West Ham, 40 million in summer.
Yeah, too much.
So AS Roma, Frattesi is a good player for me. He's a player with characteristics that AS Roma need in a midfielder. But the price, it's so expensive. AS Roma has 30% of discount of Frattesi, but Sassuolo asked 35 million, and AS Roma can buy Frattesi in January if Shomurodov, Vigna, Kluivert, and Bove and Volpato leave the club.
Yeah, so it's all a process of leaving, buying, and all of that. And obviously there were some rumors that if it wasn't Frattesi, Roma would kind of point their eyes on Aouar. And yeah, are there any updates when it comes to that? Because in fact, not last weekend, but a few weeks ago, I was actually reading how there was an agreement found with Aouar. Is that true? Is that not true?
I don't think, because I know that Aouar want to wait the end of season when his contract expires in June, and he wants to decide with his brother, that is like his agent now, because before he was in a very important agency of agents, but now his brother is his agent, and I know that he wants to wait. Olympique Lyon for give the player now wants some million, 5 million, 7 million, and I think that as Roma wait in the same way to Aouar, and in June it was a possibility. It can be, sorry, a possibility. But the characteristic of Aouar are not the characteristic that Mourinho search now, because Aouar is like Pellegrini in AS Roma. A midfielder that attack very, and so difficult to.
So you think Mourinho would rather get a defensive midfielder than someone who attacks? And so out of the two, Frattesi would obviously be the best, but again, there are a lot of complications.
Sure, for Thiago Pinto is the best.
yeah, definitely. I mean, I have some questions here, because obviously now with the Karsdorp situation and what happened with Karsdorp, with Mourinho after the Sassuolo game, who are the potential players which can replace Karsdorp? Obviously, again, is there a chance for a replacement happening in January, or do you think all of these players will come in the summer? But if there are any names which Mourinho, Thiago Pinto are thinking about, because, I mean, actually, first of all, do you think Karsdorp has a little chance of getting back in the team, or you think it's over?
In Portugal, I thought that the situation of Karsdorp can be the risk, can be solution. It can be try to give a solution, because he was in the team. He played a friendly match in Portugal, but when the club, when AS Roma returned to Italy and restart the Serie A, Karsdorp wasn't in the team against Bologna and against Milan. So I think that maybe if Karsdorp remain in AS Roma after this transfer market, can be a little possibility. But I think that in last days maybe AS Roma asked more for Karsdorp, 10, 12 million now in this moment. Mount is interested, but the price of Karsdorp is expensive for a club that is a club new for Serie A. And I think that maybe in the last days of market, AS Roma can make a loan for Karsdorp, and in June try to
they'll decide
make
what to do.
Yeah, but it's a situation so difficult, because when Mourinho speak about a player in like he made with Karsdorp, it's difficult to return back on the situation.
Yeah, so I mean, any names to replace Karsdorp?
I think that it's
very
hard
hard,
because Odriozola or other names like.
I was reading Hamari Traore. From Rennes, and all of these names, but yeah, I mean, it's a delicate situation, the one with Karsdorp, so we'll see how the situation evolves. And when it comes to Viña, any clubs that you're interested in him?
Yes, was interested Betis, Real Betis, but today I read that Betis is interested to other player,
not Viña
and
anymore.
I don't know, they sell Moreno. To buy another player, but I don't know if Viña is a concrete target for Betis.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, kind of last questions involving new contracts. We have two big players which have to renew their contracts. The first one is Nicolo Zaniolo. Any updates when it comes to his renewal of contract? Because I'm reading it's not close. The club wants to wait. The club wants to wait for his response on the pitch. So are there any updates when it comes to Zaniolo's contract? Actually, do you think this summer he could be sold when it comes to actually making money? Do you think Zaniolo can be the player who will be sacrificed by the club? How do you think? Do you think he'll renew? Do you think he'll leave in the summer?
But I think that as Roma want to sell Zaniolo last summer because he had 2 years of contract in last summer. Now it's more difficult because the request of AS Roma last year was 50-60 million. Now with the contract that expires in 2024, it's more difficult to reach this price.
Yeah.
And I think that 30 million, 25 million, because the Zaniolo, I don't see a player that can have the price so expensive. It's a situation. I think that we can comprehend more in spring.
Yeah.
Because if the agent of Zaniolo meet AS Roma and they try to reach an agreement, it's okay. But if Zaniolo don't sign in AS Roma in June or before June, I think that is a player that AS Roma sacrifice this summer.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and we have to make money with financial fair play. And the other player, which obviously is involving a new contract, is Smalling.
Yeah, today is an important day. Because the agent of Chris Smalling is in Trigoria.
Interesting.
Speaking with AS Roma. The situation is near with the Mkhitaryan situation last year.
Yeah.
The age of player is similar. The contract is similar. I know that AS Roma can offer to Smalling 2 years, 3 million season. But the difference can be the Champions League, because last year Mkhitaryan won to reach Inter because Inter Milan played the Champions League.
Yeah.
So I think that Smalling want to wait some weeks, some months to see if AS Roma can reach the Champions League and decide if sign with AS Roma or because Inter is interested to Chris Smalling.
Yeah. Just like Mkhitaryan.
And I think that AS Roma, Smalling is important for this team, to the defense of Mourinho. And I think that AS Roma try to sign with Smalling.
There's one question from the chat saying, is there overall any concrete rumor on any transfer news? So, in other words, as things stand, is there any player which we have a confirmation that could easily sign for Roma in January, or it's just a matter of ideas right now?
Yeah. Many ideas. Frattesi is a concrete target for AS Roma, but I think that in summer with Sassuolo the negotiation can be okay, because Sassuolo usually in summer sacrifice 1 or 2 players.
Yes.
And I think that Frattesi is ready to leave Sassuolo because an important player, is a national team player. And I think in general it's difficult because half of season Sassuolo need to Frattesi to remain in Serie A, because they lost many matches in last months. Other players, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think that AS Roma in summer need 1 or 2 goalkeeper.
Yes.
Because Patricio in last matches,
he wasn't good.
Not.
He wasn't good.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good. And Svilar, the second goalkeeper, in friendly match, he
It's
wasn't
even
good.
worse.
And I think that Roma can buy a goalkeeper, maybe in Italy, or Carnesecchi or Vicario. I think
Yeah,
that
they're good.
Italian goalkeeper are interesting.
We have a question involving Ndika. Was Ndika ever close, or was it just a rumor?
No, Indica is a player that Thiago Pinto likes. I know that is near to have an agreement with Arsenal
So there we go.
for the summer. His contract expires in June, and he can sign with Arsenal. He's a good player.
Yeah.
Last year, as Roma was interested to him, but the transfer market of last season change, and as Roma want to buy Matic, Svilar, Belotti, Dybala, and Wijnaldum zero for price, only the contracts.
Yeah. Right, the last two questions, and then I'll let you go, involving the two strikers. Do you think Belotti could leave in January as a free agent? Or do you think Roma will wait until June, maybe give him a few more chances and see how the situation evolves around Belotti? Or do you think he's one of the players which could leave in January?
No, I think that Roma can wait Belotti, because in the summer he didn't make a work with a team. So he signed for AS Roma at 30 of August, I think, 28th.
Yes.
And the Portugal, the workout in Trigoria, he can't to make. Now he's in the team. And I think that he can play some matches in Europa League or in Serie A. I think as Roma wait Belotti, he have a contract for 1 year, but 2 years more for appearances and goals.
Yeah.
And so as Roma wait him.
And when it comes to Tammy Abraham, is he a player which could leave in the summer? Does he? Because I've been reading lately that there's, especially not now, but at the start of the season, he wasn't really convinced about Roma. He wanted to leave. He didn't want to leave. Is he a player which can leave in the summer?
No, I think that he can remain in Roma. Chelsea have a possibility with 80 million to bring him in London, but this year Tammy Abraham is not the same player of last year right now. Or in the second part of the season, he scored a lot of goals, and maybe Chelsea can be interesting to bring him in London, or I think that he can remain in Rome.
Nice. And last question is El Shaarawy. Is he close to renewing a contract, or do you think he's another player which could leave this summer? What's the situation around him?
El Shaarawy has Roma as an option to extend his contract for 1 year more.
Yes.
The problem is that the contract of El Shaarawy, a player with 30 years old, is too expensive for AS Roma.
Yeah.
He arrived in January of 2021 as a free agent from China, and in that moment that was a good operation. But now Roma want to wait the end of the season. I think that he can leave the club of free agent.
Yeah. Right, there you have it. Thank you very much, Lorenzo, for your time, for your questions and all of that. And yeah, thank you as always. And I'm sure we'll catch you this summer for maybe another live stream when it comes to the summer transfer market.
When you want.
Nice.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you very much. See you.
See you.
Right, there you have it. I mean, that's our transfer market situation. I think we have it very clear that Roma's transfer market is, in a sense, blocked. Roma's transfer market is, in a sense, it has obstacles. And obstacles are financial fair play obstacles. And as you probably understood from this live stream, you know, the fact that Roma don't have a I don't have a real target when it comes to this January window. The fact that Roma don't have any confirmations of players which can join the club is very significant. We are 12 days into the January transfer window, and I mean, in simple words, Roma and Thiago Pinto really doesn't know what they're doing, just because they have to be very careful. And as he said, in order for us to buy players, in order for us to see new signings in January and in the summer too, we will have to sell. And that's something which, I've emphasized a lot, which, it isn't promising. It's bad to see, but the situation is that if... And I mean, yeah, it's critical. It's not great, but at the end of the day, the situation is that you can't do anything about it. You've had it. The big priority was Frattesi. Frattesi is getting more complicated. There's an option in Aouar. Option is there. It's not fake news. But again, money is required in everything. And yeah, it's significant. Players which can leave: Shomurodov, Karsdorp. Roma have got ideas, Roma are planning and all of that, but at the end of the day, it's one of those transfer markets, it's one of those transfer windows which is really being influenced by UEFA decisions, by UEFA financial fair plays and all of that. So yeah, that's the situation. Simon, how do you know Lorenzo? I've actually came across another Roma channel, a Roma French fan channel, and yeah, he was there once, so I decided to contact him. And yeah, did Mourinho want Ronaldo or just rumors? I don't know. I mean, probably that was a question for him. Sorry if I missed it. But my opinion is that it was an idea, but at the end, we really understood the complexity of it. Hello from Sweden, just joined. What happens with Aouar? Aouar's an option. Aouar's a valid option as things stand. However, Roma have to see if they're in a position to pay Olympique Lyon for Aouar. But I mean, yeah, I mean, we've got what, 20 days almost roughly until the end of the January window. So we'll definitely I'll definitely keep you updated. I'll definitely have broader insights of what Roma's transfer market will look like. If there are any updates, I'm the first one to update you. If we get top 4, it will be a miracle, it looks like. Yeah. Shout out for Ola from... let me see that flag. Let me guess that flag. Oh, it's very tiny. I can't see that. I can't see that flag. It's very tiny on my screen. What is that flag? Oh, yeah, that's... What is it? Indonesia. Yeah, it's Indonesia or Monte Carlo, Monaco, who knows. But yeah, you have it there. Live stream today, quick live stream with Lorenzo Pes. I will catch you this evening for the live watch along in our Coppa Italia debut. So I will catch you in a few hours. Looking forward to it. I mean, Milan got thrown out by Torino. It's one of those sneaky games. I mean, we're favourites. I hope we win. I hope we batter them. But at the end of the day, anything can happen. Milan got thrown out by Torino, let's not remember, yesterday. And Parma forced Inter to extra time. So Coppa Italia is weird. And we shall see what happens tonight. So I'll catch you tonight for the live watch along in a couple of hours. Take care. Enjoy these hours in preparation for our Coppa Italia debut. And I will catch you in a couple of hours. If you haven't already, please make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button in this live stream right now. Everyone in the stream, before you leave, before you click end to the stream, click that thumbs up. It supports me a lot. And yeah, smash it. And I'll catch you in a bit. Take care. Simon, out.